Hey, okay, I had to take a quick interlude. It's actually currently New Year's Eve now. So, okay, so I don't know what time it is. Whatever, I heard the fireworks going off. Alright, so I was thinking about, okay, so what would be the purpose for our existence here? You know, what is the purpose even for our own purpose? What's, for our own purpose? We have DNA, right? I think I was going off on a tangent with DNA as a memory storage system where that can store our memories and our genetic memories passed down through our family line. Not only the memories, but the traumas as well as the genetic, the genes, the physical genes. And those would, control some of the way that we act, our behaviors, our chemicals and hormones, all that kind of stuff, our immunities. And I'm thinking, okay, for me, I would think the purpose of me being here now would be for the experience. To experience it, nothing else, nothing more. If I didn't believe in God, but since I do, if I were to believe that we are here for the experience, then the experience must be important, especially if we have our own storage system built in within us to store the memories and store what happened to us while we're here for our future generations and also for our own memory. So it's important. The experience is important. Why is it important? Why is the experience important? Like, to see how, some of the egotistical things are like how many people we could we touch in a lifetime, how many people's lives could we change, how much of a difference we could make in the world. There's so many different things from an ego standpoint to judge ourselves or compare ourselves to other people, to say like what makes a life worthwhile, what makes an experience worth it. Some experiences just only depend on the person's preference. So if we're gonna go on the experience being important because of the memories, it's for future generations, stuff like that. Let me go to the next thing. The next step after that would be the next train of thought. There must be something specific, or maybe something in general, that needs to be experienced. Like something specific, or some kind of level, or some kind of. There just has to be one type, or maybe a category of an experience of something that's important that all of us have in common, that we're all meant to experience, that is a marker within our lifetime that could say whether or not we were successful or unsuccessful in our time spent here. Which I don't really think like that. I don't think that we fail at life. You can't really fail at life unless you give up. And even in giving up, you're still not failing because you're still learning lessons. But from somebody's point of view, from that standpoint, I don't know, there's many things that could be considered something that somebody must do within it. Like, they must get married, they must have kids, they must know what it is to procreate, because that's how we keep the civilization going. That's the one thing you must do, is procreate. Or it could be anything, really, honestly. But the thing is if you think about it, okay, let's take on procreation, right? Where are we coming from? Like, where does these things come from? Like, we procreate, we're recreating something else. It's not like we're taking a piece of ourselves and dividing it into two like cells do, or worms do. We do some mixing of DNA genes and carry to term and bring a whole new, beautiful, brand new, whole in its own individual that has its own experiences and its own things that it's got to do. And where do these individuals come from? Is there a set amount, a finite amount? We just keep recycling, which would bring to mind reincarnation. I personally do believe in reincarnation. I don't believe there's a finite amount of souls. But if there is reincarnation, right, that means that there has to be someplace other than here. Like there's here and there's someplace else where these things are, because they're not here until they're born. So before they're born, where are they at? Which brings to mind other realms or dimensions, or could be heaven, could be yeah, it could be other dimensions, higher dimensions, lower dimensions, or heaven, things like that. Those types of realms. I've heard of things like called pocket realms, or parallel dimensions as well. They have that guy David Paulides or something, Paulides. What is a 411 missing? Those people. I mean, I've heard on some psychic or tarot channeling things where some of these people are like going into like pocket realms, or they're like accidentally walking through portals, which supposedly Earth has natural portals that just occur randomly anywhere, and they have portals that are there all the time, 24 hours a day, and I guess maybe they're guarded or something, either by higher dimensional beings or the governments of wherever they're located. I heard on the Holy Mountain is a portal, I believe. Hawaii maybe. Mount Shasta. Let's see. Bermuda Triangle. Dragon's Triangle. What else? Skinwalker Ranch. Those places would be probably something I would consider natural portals or gates, stargates. I mean, we have stargates inside of us, I believe. Portals, some of us are portals, but that's something else. Okay, so that means that there's some place other than here. And if there's some place other than here, that means either one, we reincarnate,